Papa of Papa's page here, and today we're going to do maintenance on the evaporative cooler, and I've got my son helping, so I'll videotape and describe what he's doing. First, you want to unplug the unit. First, we got to remove the panels off the sides. And we have a screw right about there that needs to be removed on these. We're going to remove all three panels. Okay, next use the screwdriver under the edge to lift it up and pull it out with the handle, and it should come down enough to get it out.
There we go. Might be a little heavy from the water.
We're going to go ahead and take the other two sides off, and we'll get back with you. And you need to inspect the belt. And this one's starting to wear. You can see where it's cracked. So this one's about ready to be replaced. First thing we want to do before we get too far into this is oil the bearings, and they have a little cup on top with a little door you raise up, and then you put the oil in, and there's one on each side. We're using what I call zoom oil or turbine oil. And there's, like I said, there's one on the other side. It's kind of hidden by the pulley. Okay, you may want to wear safety glasses when you do this, so you don't get anything in your eyes.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screwdriver, I'm going to stick it into the batting that's existing and pry down, because these angle against they angle sort of towards each other. So so pry back. I don't know if you can get a good view of that. And then it pops right out. And I'll do that in the same on the top. And there we go. So that's basically it. Pretty simple. You just do it on both sides. And the metal.
There's three of them on each pad.
There's one.
And we're doing it over a green waste bin.
Got the bottom one first on this one. Okay, get that in a second. Pull the batting out.
Next, we're going to remove the old
top
pads.
Really, it's just a matter of ripping old stuff out.
This batting hasn't been replaced in a long time.
Yeah, about 10 years, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about 10 years.
Yeah, it has a lot of calcium or some sort of deposits on it from the water. And it gets brittle, so that's just the nature of what it is if you don't change it on a more frequent basis. But it's not like it doesn't work, you know, it's going to be more efficient because the calcium and all the deposits from the water basically stop the water from soaking up in the batting and create a scenario where it just runs off and doesn't really absorb into it, and it just doesn't cool as effectively. So basically you change it and it'll cool better. All right, where is the brush? Yeah, let's just get this. All these little water deposits. I'll just brush them off a little bit. Let's see if we can get it cleaned up. Yeah. I'll flip it over. If you looked at the grates, you can see there's some deposits down in there. Basically just take a flathead screwdriver and just wipe them out so the airflow gets a little bit better. Every little bit makes a difference.
Need to check the little slots in the top and make sure that they're clear so that the water will run through onto the
Not
pad.
quite there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this one right here, you got a little bit of hard water. So you just run the flathead screwdriver right through the center and it cleans it out enough that the water doesn't settle up in here, and when it sits in here, you know, obviously it's metal, it's going to rust eventually. So let's get this up here.
We're using Duracool padding.
All right.
And we start out by just cutting around the outside of the metal frame.
Stuff cuts pretty easy. All right. Let's just get it in there and then we'll cut the bottom.
And you'll put the top in and the sides in.
Nice and snug. Yeah, that'll be good. Alright. Check that out. Alright. Get it as center as I can.
And then he's going to cut the length. He's just going along the outside of the frame.
Just stuff it in. Very simple and easy. Get easy going. Alright. Grab this. Where's the other? Okay. Let's reseat these babies on.
And then he puts the little metal holders back in. The instructions say you need to soak these down before putting them in with a fine mist.
It's completed. And we'll go slide that into place. Slide it up to the top.
And then if you had screws, we'd put the screws in, but the sides are missing the screws on this unit. On my test run of the cooler, I had an issue. It was getting small droplets of water coming through into the house, and it got my carpet wet after about 2 hours. So what I did to correct this is I added a second layer of the padding. I used like a 3-inch blade to push the padding underneath the edges and around the edges. And there was enough in that roll to do the whole cooler. Again, I did have to piece one of the panels together, but it should be okay. And it corrected the problem. We finished up all 3 panels and put them back in, and now we go inside to plug it back in. That's all there is to it. When you start the unit up, well, every time I start the unit up, I let it run 5 or 10 minutes to get the pads good and soaked before I turn the blowers on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.